the Anambra Ekenemon. Well, this is 9 months in office and first Christmas that I'm celebrating in office as governor of Anambra State. And this is just an opportunity to once more felicitate within the Anambra, all Anambra people, wherever you may be. Those in the homeland, the millions at home celebrating here in Anambra State, and the more millions abroad, scattered all over Nigeria and all over the world. Is to say once more a very Merry Christmas to all of you, and we're looking forward to a more productive, blessed New Year for Anambra. 9 months ago, we took the oath of office to serve in the Anambra and to begin the journey towards the livable and prosperous homeland that we promised our people. Our first key agenda item of the 5 major buckets of our agenda happen to relate to security, law, and order. And this is the aspect of it that I want to specifically talk about this morning. And to say to our people that 9 months on, the difference between where we were as at the 17th day of March and where we are today in terms of security, law, and order seems to be like the difference between day and night. On the 17th of March, 8 local governments were basically under siege, totally taken over by the criminals and hoodlums, in various camps where they have taken over in these local governments. We couldn't even campaign in any of those local governments. But by the grace of God, I think today, those local governments have been liberated. And security, law, and order seem to be returning to Anambra very largely. All the camps they've been taken out from there, and even some of the deadly criminals have been taken out for good. Several of them have fled the city, and some who are still there, I think their infrastructure totally and severely degraded. I think now, a few days ago, we had over 80-something of these Arboro, the house, harassing people around Obiwek and the environs, taken out in custody to be prosecuted, probably jailed. And we're trying to keep our streets safe from the touts, from the criminals. And I think so far, so good. They're not totally out. Of course, you will never have a crime-free society. But as far as I can tell, Anambra, I don't know any state in Nigeria that is safer than Anambra today. And I think in the Anambra, I want to commend all of you, commend all the stakeholders in the Anambra project, the citizens, the ordinary citizens, who hearken to our call that if you see something, say something. I commend our youths who are taking the destiny of this state in their hands. Our women, our men who were defying all the criminals and so on. 2 weeks ago, one criminal in faraway Finland also declared 5 days sit at home. But Anambra people defy that. And I think not one single day was observed in those. Thousands of our people return for Christmas. And that's why the streets are all busy. The usual traffic jams all over the place. But I also want to commend our special forces, task forces that we set up to ensure free flow of traffic. And I understand that in recent decades or so, this is the Christmas that you have the freest in terms of traffic flow in Anambra. I saw the videos of the head bridge and the traffic flow there. People were manning the place 24/7. And the other locations, high flat points in Anambra, Nobi, Globia, Okam, Apagana, and so on and so forth, 33 areas and so on. People trying to ensure that our people can move freely. I want to commend our youth, the Road Traffic Management Agency, the Orchard Brigade, Vigilante Services, and the Anambra youths, the volunteers who have offered to serve our people just to keep our streets clear of the hoodlums and restore law and order. But more specifically, on this occasion, I want to use this occasion to specially appreciate the law enforcement agencies. The law enforcement agencies. The Nigerian Police, the Nigerian Army, the Navy, the Department of State Security, DSS, the Civil Defense, and of course, a very gallant Anambra vigilante service, and so on. And all the enforcement teams, the ANGE, the Ocha Brigade, the Road Traffic Management Agency, and so on and so forth, and all the volunteers, and all in the Anambra who have risen up to the occasion, either helping to organize the local vigilantes, funding them, providing logistics, who have donated to the Security Trust Fund, and so on and so forth, and those who are helping in whatever way to make sure that we have a safer homeland. We set out to take back our homeland from the hoodlums. And all I can say, so far, so good. But there's still work to be done. The road ahead still challenging, and all hands must continue to be on deck. Like I said, we appreciate deeply the commitment, professionalism, and dedication of all the security agencies, the Army, the Police, the Navy, the SS, Civil Defense, and so on and so forth, and particularly the architecture that we have to secure our homeland, of which the roadblocks, the FOBs, forward operating bases, that we have everywhere, and we need more of them. They have been very, very critical in restoring the peace and order and security that we have enjoyed so far. We would need even more of those in coming days, weeks, and months, not less. And I want to commend all those these armed forces who sacrifice, who put their lives on the line to have our people sleep with their two eyes closed. Some of them have paid dearly. But I want also to remember at this particular occasion, this particular moment, all those who have paid the supreme sacrifice just to keep Anambra safe. Several of them died needlessly, I must say, because these criminals want the security officers out of the road. But fortunately, and we thank God that they have remained resolute. May their souls rest in peace. And we would continue to provide all the support that we can as government and as the people of Anambra in support of all the security forces for what they are doing, the sacrifices that they make, their commitment and professionalism. Those roadblocks, those forward operating bases, we will continue to strengthen them, make them even stronger to keep our people safe and secured. It's not normal to have in normal circumstances, you wouldn't need these roadblocks and so on and so forth. But this is what we brought upon ourselves. Our people taking up arms in the bushes and involved in wanton criminality. This is what we brought upon ourselves, so to speak. But we now need, since they have decided to operate in abnormal way, we need abnormal solutions, as it were, not always the most convenient, but the most effective in the circumstance. And until the insecurity situation comes down to near zero, as it were, we will continue to have the roadblocks and the forward operating bases in place and to be strengthened, and so on and so forth. So I want to thank everyone who has been involved in this, in the Anambra particularly. Everyone has a role to play on the road ahead. If you see something, say something. If you say something, do something. The youth must rise and take our destiny in our hands. Your future is on the line. It is your future that we are keeping awake every day to secure. The future of our youth, your own children, and your grandchildren. And we use this opportunity again to appeal to those in the bush, in the forest, the criminals out there, because they are nothing but criminals. They are kidnappers and criminals. Come out. We offer you the opportunity to retrain you and to help you to start a new life, a new productive life. The course you have taken to by being in the bush is one that leads to nowhere. It's not going to take you to anywhere. Criminality cannot pay you in the long term. And therefore, we don't want to lose, pains to lose this, see these young youths, wasting away. you have a future. And this government is prepared to work with you to give you a new future so that Anambra, the light of the nation, will continue to shine. Once more, I thank all of you in the Anambra. Thank our partners in progress. Thank all the security forces for their gallantry, professionalism, and dedication and commitment to seeing the Anambra sleep with their two eyes closed. Our journey to a livable and prosperous homeland is on course. And in the days ahead and months ahead, we will be giving you a first, if you like, an interim progress report. Maybe when we have the next 3 months when we celebrate the first year in office, we'll give you an interim progress report. But we are on course. Thank you very much.